In the first aid section of the NIPR exam, there are 13 rules in total, and if you are doing the under 13 and under 14 NIPR exam, you have to learn all the rules in the first aid section. There are 13. The first rule in first aid is sun sense. Not only is sunburn very painful if you get burnt badly, sunburn also can lead to heat exhaustion and sunstroke. You want to slip on a shirt, you want to slop on some sunscreen, and you want to slap on a hat.
Slip, slop, slap. Slip on a shirt. Slop on sunscreen. Slap on a hat.
Remember, sun sense. Blue bottle stings. Blue bottles can be found all along the coast of South Africa. It's a little blue animal floating on the surface of the water, and it's got a long tentacle, and if the tentacle wraps around your arm or your leg or touches any part of your body, it stings. The first thing is you do not want to rub it with sand. What you want to do is those tentacles sometimes get stuck onto your skin. You gently want to use some seawater to wash it off, or pick it off with your fingers and just pull off the sting from your arm, and you can put some ice on there to take the pain away. And then you want to go to the lifeguards, or if if it gets really bad, you want to seek some medical advice. Cramps. The most common causes of cramp are if you're doing too much exercise of unfit muscles, and what happens is your muscles contract into a ball, and it can be very, very sore, and sometimes you can't move your arm or your leg or whatever part of your body is cramping. So if you get a cramp in the water, the first thing that you want to do is you want to try and relax and float on your back, and then just try and signal for some help. Don't panic, and try and stretch the muscle out. If there's no one there to help you, you want to try and safely, gently just float back to shore to the side of the pool without using the muscles that are cramping. And then when you get out the water, try and keep that muscle warm, and you can gently massage that cramp out. Sand in the eyes. If you go to the beach, very common for you to get sand in your eyes. It's important when you get sand in your eyes, you don't want to rub the eye with the sand in it. You want to try and use some water to wash it out, or you can use a damp cloth to rub it out. You can also take your eyelid and pull your eyelid over the eye, and as you blink your eye inside, it'll move the sand out to the side. Bleeding. When you're helping somebody who's bleeding, very important, before you start helping them, put some gloves on so that you keep the blood off your hands. So if you are treating minor cuts, obviously you want to stop any activity that you're doing. You're not going to carry on playing beach cricket while you've got a cut on your hand. You want to place a pressure on the bleeding part with your fingers or with a bandage. If you can, try and pick up the part of the body which is bleeding, like the leg or the arm. You want to try and clean around the wound with some disinfectant. Put a dressing or a bandage on that while keeping pressure on that wound. And if the bleeding doesn't stop, if it's getting serious, if it's serious bleeding, then you need to go and get some medical help.
Nose bleeding. If you should get a bleeding nose, sit down, put your head forward and pinch the soft part of your nose for about 5 minutes and breathe through your mouth. Don't tilt your head back, and also remember not to blow or sniff through your nose. Heat exhaustion. This is a condition that often happens if your body loses water or salt, and it's some things to look for that if you're having some heat exhaustion is if you feel a bit of headaches or you're feeling a bit dizzy, you might experience some cramps in the muscle, cold, clammy and pale skin, or even you feel a bit fainty. This might be a sign that you're suffering from heat exhaustion. How to treat this? Stop all activity immediately. Go and sit in a cool place, drink some water and seek medical help as soon as you can. Bee stings. Don't panic. If you get a bee sting, try and get the bee sting out with something sharp, like a bank card or a little bit, a knife or something. Don't squeeze the sting because it might push the poison right back into your body. Apply ice over the area. Sometimes a bee sting can be quite dangerous. If someone is allergic to bee stings, they might start to struggle to breathe. If this is the case, seek medical attention as quickly as you can. Broken bones. How to treat a broken bone. Firstly, if there is bleeding involved, you need to control the bleeding, and we've just covered the section on bleeding. Have a look at that. Support the injured limb if there is a broken bone. Don't move the limb. So try and provide support for it, but don't move it, and seek medical help as quickly as you can. Fainting. A number of things can affect or cause somebody to faint. Sometimes just emotions can cause someone to faint, or they're really exhausted, especially if they've got lots of heat exhaustion, they can faint. Dehydration, there's a few number of things that can cause someone to faint. How to treat someone who has fainted. Place the person in a comfortable recovery position. Reassure the person, stay with them, comfort them, just encourage them, and then look for medical help as soon as you can.
In the first aid section of the NIPR exam, there's a part called CPR resuscitation. Now, CPR resuscitation is going to cover a number of scenarios that you might encounter if you are on the beach and you need to help somebody who is lying on the floor or on the ground. The first thing that if you come across somebody who's lying on the ground and they're not really responding, the first thing that you're going to do is remember your 3 H's. The 3 H's stand for hazards, hello, and help. So you want to look around for any hazards, broken glass, or maybe there's some electrical cable, there's something there that has caused this person to be in this position. You don't want to fall in the same trap, so look for any obvious hazard, something that's lying there that could be a problem. Then you want to approach the person and see if you can perhaps wake them up or get them to open their eyes or respond to you. That's the hello. You say, hello, hi there, can I help you, are you okay? You want to see if they're breathing. If they're breathing and there's still no response from them, you obviously want to call for help. An adult or a lifeguard, or maybe there's some medical people nearby. Call for help and then put that person in the recovery position. This is if they are breathing. So you've gone down to see if they're breathing, listened, and they're breathing, then you put them in the recovery position. The recovery position is a position that you're going to put someone's body in that's going to keep their airway breathing, and they're going to be in a bit more of a comfortable position. So first what you want to do is place the hand which is closest to you against their face. Then you're going to place the opposite arm across the body, like that. Then you're going to turn the whole person as a unit together with your one hand. You're going to grab the hip and roll them over gently. Okay. Then you want to just pull the knee, which is on the top, into an L position, and that knee is then going to support their body while they're lying on their side. So basically you're going to pull the person onto their side with their hand under their head, supporting their head, another hand over their chest, and the leg on the ground in like an L position.